What if the people who were supposed to love and support you were actually holding you back? Family relationships can sometimes feel like an anchor, meant to keep you grounded, but weigh you down instead. You want to build confidence, strengthen your self-worth, and reclaim your self-esteem, but the past keeps pulling you under. You keep telling yourself to let go, but how do you release something that's shaped who you are? Acceptance isn't about excusing the past. It's about unhooking the weight, rising above it, and stepping into the person you are meant to be. Most of us have heard the serenity prayer before. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Although it's often associated with Alcoholics Anonymous, its message is universal. It's about learning to let go, to stop fighting battles we can't win, and to focus on what we can control, ourselves. Acceptance has been one of my life's most challenging but essential life lessons. Last week, I shared how growing up in an emotionally unstable home led to my low self-worth and self-esteem. I spent years hoping my mother would change, that she would finally treat me like a mother should treat her daughter. But no matter how much I changed myself to please her, nothing worked. Self-doubt consumed me, and I constantly questioned my instincts after my dad shut them down when I was about 10 years old. But what I didn't talk about last week was my anger. When I finally put the pieces together and realized my mother was a toxic person, possibly a narcissist, it hit me hard. To the outside world, my mom was warm, loving, and devoted. A church-going woman everyone adored. But behind closed doors, she was someone entirely different. That contradiction confused me for years. How could one person be so two-faced? It wasn't until I started researching for my podcast episodes that I saw the truth. My mother passed away 4 years ago, giving me time to step back and see my family life for what it was. And when I did, I was furious. My siblings have their version of events, but this is my story. I went through the stages of grief, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and finally acceptance. Accepting my past was one of the hardest things I've ever done. It was painful to realize that people like my mom existed. People who are kind to the outside world, but manipulative and deceitful to their own family. The signs all pointed to a narcissist. It hurt deeply. All I wanted was to be loved and respected for who I was, not have my love and kindness used against me. To this day, I still can't bring myself to display pictures of my mother in my home, and that's okay. I no longer dwell on what could have been, and I no longer see myself as a victim. How people treat me is a reflection of them, not me. I choose to live by my values, compassion, integrity, and kindness. I still feel moments of anger and regret, but they are starting to pass more quickly. Now, I am using my experiences to help others, especially children. And one way to prevent that is by shining a light for parents and helping them see the way forward. This is the Lessons for Life with Grandma Kate podcast. So hit that subscribe button and let's grow together. And if you're loving the show, a quick review helps more people find it. Like a lighthouse, steady and strong, let's shine a little brighter today.